Got it. Hi, Dawn. How you doing?
Oh, I'm hanging out in sunny Northern California. We've got rain today.
You got rain today. We're wishing for rain here in Arizona, as always. But yes, beautiful sunshine. So it's bundle time.
It
It's
is.
bundle time.
Yeah, bundle season is always so much fun.
Ah, and we are just entering the week, the really concentrated week,
Uh-huh.
with all the bundle work up having happened over the last couple of months. So is this year 5 for you?
Yes. I participated in the first bundle and have been invited back ever since. I'm just so excited to get that invitation in the, early summer that says, you want to join the bundle again? I'm like, yay!
Me too. It's like you see Tiffany's name come up in your email and you're like, this is going to be the invite. Yay!
Yeah, it's every year it grows, every year it changes and evolves, and it has been such a pleasure to be part of such a wonderful group of talented belly dance professionals. It's really just, bundle season is the best time of the year. Christmas, man, who needs Christmas?
It is like Christmas for belly dancers. So I did an unboxing video the other week. I don't know if you saw, and
I did.
Better than unwrapping Christmas presents, because we know that we're going to be going to those workshops and lectures, and it's like planning out the next 12 months of exciting adventures, and who you're going to meet and who you're going to see and who you're going to learn from, and the weird and wonderful things you're going to learn. So what are you most looking forward to?
Oh, well, I'm a nerd, so I'm really looking forward to Sara's talk, Sara Saidi, down in, her specialty is all things Egypt with her Journey to Egypt program. Yes. So I've been looking forward to, I always look forward to her classes. They're my favorites. But I have to tell you, when I was a working pro dancer back in the day, a few years ago, I was really thrilled to study with Jelena, and I saw Jelena's name is on the list again, and she has a beautiful studio in Hawaii, and I'm looking forward to joining her for her workshop. And of course Bales with the Ziza of Canada. I'm really looking forward to that as well. How about you? Is there anything you're...
So I'm just going to say, I mean, it's like a little recap of history, because taking workshops with Aziza and Jelena, it's like when you first saw that those people were touring in your area, obviously those days I was in the UK and they didn't come very often, and maybe it was every couple of years or something, and there'd be a little, a paper newsletter that would say booked them, and just the excitement. I can remember like writing out my check and sending it off, and then messaging the person or ringing them up and saying, did you get my check, because I have to be in this workshop. And now we just get it instantly into our homes. We don't have to go anywhere, and we know we're going to get all these workshops all year round. So now I'm showing my age.
Oh yeah, well,
old lady belly
I think everybody knows. Everybody knows, the folks who have been around. If they're watching you and me, they're, birds of a feather.
Yeah, they were there too. They remember getting excited.
So 3 years ago, I would often describe the bundle as being the best workshop you could ever attend, because it was impossible to bring this quality together in one place. Well, things have changed over the last year, and a lot of people have gone online with digital courses and products. So this has really become like a mezza plate, a delicious taster of all kinds of dancers. So I'm looking forward to learning some new folks. So I'm just like, ooh, look, that dullness, look at that. Ooh, and look at that kuft over there. And so I'm really excited, not just to return to my old favorites, but to meet some new people. There's 55 workshops, 55.
Oh, and because Tiffany has picked these people. I mean, same as me, she comes to us and says, who do you recommend? Who have I not noticed? Who should I be paying attention to? So she is out there all year round looking for who are the cool people that we should be including in the bundle. And then you see a name that you don't know and you go, oh, somebody's recommended somebody that I don't know. Now I need to go and find out about them.
Yeah.
So And the good thing is, like you say, 55 teachers. I think it's even like 65 events, like workshops,
Wow.
lectures or whatever, because some people are doing multiple. And you're, even if you were disappointed with one, even if it wasn't for you, and there's going to be some that aren't for everyone, you still know overall definitely going to get money's worth. I feel like just the lectures alone,
Well,
which are my favorites, that's going to be worth the money in themselves.
yeah, the thing is that when it comes to the lecturer side, I like to think the lectures fall into two cat hair, sorry. Lectures fall into two categories for me. There are the theoretical lectures by the thought leaders in our industry that talk about conceptual content. And then there's, the super history nerds like me, the anthropologists, the historians, the sociologists who are doing more historical work. And what I really love about the lecture bundle is that Tiffany's put together a nice balance of those two sides of sort of a more academic approach to studying our art form, both contemporaneously and historically. So, oh my God, listen to me. Oh my gosh.
It's me going, I'm so excited, and you're explaining
like,
why.
blah, 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 blah. So, but I mean, for me, it's a great opportunity to share original research that I haven't had the time to properly edit and publish, so I'm sitting on a giant stack of really delicious historical images that I've teased out of an archive in France and Heidelberg, Germany, and, Madrid and the Getty Center. And I was able to do these things thanks to modern technology and digitization. And this, I was able to really go and do a big deep dive into one event in one moment. And so the bundle allows me to share that before I then put it into a book form. So it's really a wonderful opportunity to, to share original primary research. You can't do that anywhere else, right?
Well, and you're finding the right audience, because the people who come to the bundle, that's exactly what they're looking for. So tell us a bit about your workshop. What's it
right.
about? Yeah.
So it's called Danse de Ventre 1889. 1889 was the year of the Exposition Universelle de Paris, and it was where the Rue de Caire, the famous Rue de Caire that influenced and set the archetypical template for the belly dancer experience, for this cultural experience in future world fairs. So prior to that, there were ethnographic displays, but at that show they changed, and that was the show where it became more of a shopping experience than just a looking and learning experience. So there was a strong commercial aspect that was added to the show. And France has this unique relationship with North Africa, that colonialism stuff we're not supposed to really like and talk about. Well, I'm going to talk about it because it's part of history. But the French divided North Africa up and said, well, these are our colonies and these are other countries, right? So Egypt and Morocco were over here in one part of the fair, and Tunisia and Algeria were over here on this other side of the fair. And the umbrella term danse de ventre was used to apply to people performing in those multiple venues. And you could catch a show in a grand theatrical theater. You could catch it in an intimate cafe. You could bump into it while you were shopping as part of the, colorful entertainment in the shopping zones, or you could just find people just dancing in the streets, putting out their caps. And so in my talk, I'm going to really discuss who danced, where they danced, how it was viewed by the patrons there, and how it impacted our, the way we present dance. We are still dancing in cafe restaurants today. Yep. That's how it was presented in France in 1889. And that set the template not only for future world fairs, but for the way we consume belly dance here in the United States today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's exciting. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there anyway. I've seen you've put up lots of really cool images already. So like, how much more is there?
Well, the right now the talk is supposed to be 90 minutes. That's what I've been advertising, is 90 minutes, but there's 172 slides. So it's not 90 minutes. It's going to be slightly longer. And I've broken it into, I'm in the process of, combining slides and editing. But what I've done is I've gone through page by page through historical archival, history books, programs, newspapers and journal articles about the fair, teasing out eyewitness accounts, illustrations, photographs that were made there, primary source material made at that time, and finding out, okay, well, I have this dancer, I have the name of the cafe. Well, where was that cafe located? Is there a picture of that cafe from the outside? Is there, this is a beautiful illustration. Was there a photograph that informed this illustration? Oh, and working through that process of archival research, following all those threads through these media. So there are literally hundreds of images, but a lot of times images were repeated. So there's like variations on a theme where you go, okay, I found virtually the same image in 7 publications. Which one's the best quality? Which one had, the captions all different. Sometimes they're cropped differently or blurry. So I'm in the process right now of doing that sort of fine tuning, but there are hundreds of images, many of which have not been introduced into the belly dance historical flow. I always talk about this belly dance family album. And so there are some pictures that are in the album already, but I have found many, many more, some by famous photographers, some in illustration form. We know the names of the principal dancers on the Rudokaier. We know, we have photographs and illustrations of them, and we know who they were. So, that kind of deep dig and taking all the little threads of information and putting them together, that's what the talk is about, is bringing 300 books and publications together into one slideshow. So
and finding what us belly dancers are going to be most fascinated about, because I'm sure you found plenty of facts that.
Oh yeah, so one of the main Algerian male performers was arrested for theft. Ooh. And it was such big news. It made it into like every newspaper, and it even made it into newspapers in Algeria. Oh my God! That he committed this crime at the World's Fair. And I was like, well, I wasn't expecting that. I'm looking around for for all this kind of, dancer stuff. And I'm like, oh, he was a dancer? And he's, tell me more. The other thing is that there's a bit of a legend in the dance community that the Rudokaier made so much money. And the answer is it made this, it was the second most money producing exhibit behind the Eiffel Tower. So the Eiffel Tower was number 1 and the Rudokaier was number 2, but not for the dancing.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you want to find out what was really making the money, you'll have to sign up for the bundle and find out the details. But, it's that kind of thing, because if you look at the fact, the Rudokaier was the second biggest income earning exhibit, and we're dancers, we just naturally assume it's about dance. And it's not
about us. All about us.
Not about us. It's not about us. So I have a slide that reveals all. But there's some of the top name dancers, international traveling dancers, what some of the music looked like, what some of the specialty acts were, some of the props, what was being served in these cafes, all those sort of details that enrich our experience and help us contextualize what a European attendee of one of these ethnographic shows at this Universal Exhibition would have experienced. And that's my goal in this talk, is to share the history, tell the backstory, and create a more cohesive framework for understanding how belly dance danse de ventre fit into the World's Fair paradigm.
Nice. So that's in November?
Yeah, so I've been battling a health problem. My voice is not the strongest at the moment. So I will be recording my slideshow this weekend, and I will be processing and preparing it, and it will be launching on, for bundle members on November 15th. So I just built in a little window to let this heal a little bit. And there's a handout with a list of some of the sources that I use to get you started. I even have a few English language primary sources, as well as some secondary sources that have analyzed and have done done some of the groundwork, the people that I used in my journey back in time to locate the primary sources. And there's actually stuff that's accessible, like publicly, easily accessible, if somebody wants to trace some of my research and go and dig it out too.
And go off on a different tangent.
You never know. I mean,
Yeah.
it's one of those things that, our research, my mandate in my world is to share my research, to do the research and share it. I'm not going to sit on it like it's a nest egg, like I'm a dragon, it's a jewel. I want to share it with the world. And when we were in the era of magazines, I could write magazine articles all the time. Well, because magazines are, not the thing right now, I've switched to podcasts and lectures. So this gives me a great opportunity to share this original research. And I'm glad you're excited. Thank you.
But folks have to buy the bundle in order to get that lecture.
Yeah, this lecture is a bundle exclusive for 2022.
No. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be there.
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope so. It's and the nice thing about the bundle is that although these are pre-recorded, I'm actually quite active on Facebook, and so people can come and ask me questions or email me if they have a question or need some sort of clarification about the talk. So I'm even though I'm not going to be doing it live, it's going to be like 100 minutes, maybe 2 hours.
If it's pre-recorded, people can press pause, go get food, come back.
Breaking it into 4 parts, 4 parts for easy consumption.
So perhaps foolishly, I've gone the other route and said, I'm going to do whatever questions people put at me. I'm going to be live and take questions for the whole time. I do suspect it also might end up being a couple of hours. I've said 90 minutes, but I've got a funny feeling it's going to be a couple of hours.
If I am free, I'm going to be there. You know that.
You'll be asking all the awkward questions on purpose. Yeah, you. So my lecture is based, I don't know if you remember, we did a book together.
We did do a book together. Yay. That book is so wonderful. I love our book.
Yes. So when we did Becoming a Belly Dancer from Student to Stage, it's behind me.
Yep, there it is. There it is.
The main thing we really wanted to do was we wanted to help people out and solve their problems and be a positive influence, be a teacher, mentor in absence, I think was one of the things we talked about, trying to help and support people who either don't have that support or aren't getting the support they need in particular areas. We did it as a group of 4, which made a huge difference. So it was you and me. We had Alicia West.
Oh, thank goodness we had Alicia. She was our MVP. I mean,
Poppy Mayer, because we were all older and she was actually doing it at the time. So there were a few times when we said, but this is what you do. And she goes,
not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm like, that just make us feel old. Why don't you?
Well, and she was a beautiful model. And Alicia was so good behind the camera, doing the photography, and with over 1,000 images in the book. It is lavishly illustrated thanks to Alicia. And Poppy, of course, our cover model. Yeah.
And we covered so much stuff. I mean, we started off, I can remember we had meetings with little notebooks, and the notebooks turned into big notebooks and the piles of notes, and another chapter. We'll need a chapter about that.
It's the textbook for belly dancers. It is a textbook, and it is designed to be not read sequentially like a novel, but used as a reference tool. I'm so proud that and so happy that we got to work on that project together. And it's one of those books that has become seminal. Everybody I meet tells me how much they have enjoyed their copy. So, that's a great thing. And
we set out to help solve people's problems and maybe even prevent problems.
Yeah.
So that's where I'm going with this workshop. This workshop is called "What's the Worst Thing That Can Happen?" And I'm sure people are going to tell me. And it's about practical solutions, thinking a little bit about stage fright or preparation for stage performances, performance solutions, and the preparation work you can do before. I think there's this sort of mentality that, oh, there was nothing I could do. This happened, there was nothing I could do about it. Whereas we know there's things you could do. If you think about what the problem could be, then you can find a solution ahead of time. And if you find a solution 3 weeks out, you're not stressing 30 seconds before you walk onto the stage. We have this expression in the UK about belt and braces, which I know doesn't translate into America.
Oh, I know that one.
Because
you gotta have a backup plan.
Always have a backup plan. So this idea of supporting yourself, looking after yourself, being responsible, but always coming up with two things, you know, always having your music available in 2 or 3 ways. Sometimes people feel like, oh, they sent their music, so I'm all right. No, take your music, take it on a thumb drive, take it on a CD, have it on your phone, have it on an iPad, take your finger symbols in case there's zero ability to play any music. I mean, we've seen that. Somebody's drumming the table and somebody else is playing finger cymbal.
It's
and
true.
Now you have a band.
It's true. It's true. So you're really going to be approaching this from both a theoretical point of view, putting sort of your mental toolbox of coping strategies together, along with practical tips to help solve those problems.
Yes, because there are problems that reoccur over and over and over again.
Oh, yeah.
And the solutions are out there. It's just perhaps nobody told you.
Right.
So, you know, people have solved the majority of problems. They just haven't necessarily shared those solutions. So that's where I'm going to be starting. But also, I'm sure people are going to come with, you know, what if, and it's like, fine, I can give you solutions to those. I think a lot of it comes down to confidence and deciding. So in class yesterday, we were doing entrances that go wrong. And yeah, I know I'm so mean to my students. But, you know, the aim of an entrance is to get onto stage. Can you get onto the stage? Good, you've done your job. You know, this whole idea of like, we need to choreograph it and all this kind of thing. Sometimes you have to be super decisive in a fraction of a second. And so having the confidence that you know what the solution is, you enact the solution, there is no longer a problem. Great job.
And you know, you can't be, surfaces are not uniformly perfect, you know, and your venue is going to change. Are you outside on a carpet? Are you indoors on tile? You know, are you dancing? Are you dancing a parade? You know, those are all different situations where, you know, in a parade, you're constantly entering.
Yeah.
It's every step is an entrance. Oh yeah, you're right. I do ask the hard questions, don't I?
Something as simple as packing a spare costume, which I know you do and I do. It means somebody else turns up to an event in your costume or something similar. You've got a second option. The music doesn't play, but you have another piece of music. You've got a costume that might suit it better. You might need to lend it to somebody else. So they might say to you, oh, half the people haven't turned up. Can you do a second number? Can you do a second act? They might say, oh, the costume you're wearing isn't very suitable for the people that we have here.
Yeah.
Need a second costume. And I'm always amazed by how many people do not have a second costume in the bottom of their suitcase.
Yeah, especially in the age of the spandex dress.
Oh yeah,
you know, you can always
spandex dress.
The spandex dress with a hip scarf is always a great backup.
Yeah,
it's eternal. It's special. Of course, I always pick a suit, but that's
your thing.
It's my brand.
It is your brand.
Part of my brand. But yeah, and having your cover up be something that you can pull out. Yeah, you could perform in it. You could also step into the role of announcer, or, you know, I'm suddenly have to be the DJ and then go dance immediately. And that cover up becomes essential. You know, there's so many ways this talk could go, Sara.
I know. Should I perhaps not have opened up to questions? Maybe I need to ask people the same questions ahead.
Well, I mean, the nice thing about having that open live format is that you could, present topics and have people ask questions within those topics.
Mhm.
So, you've got this though. You wrote the
Well,
book. You're the one who wrote the book.
I'll also prove my theory that preparation can cover everything, because I'll prepare for my talk, and then as people throw things at me, I'll be like, I know it. I got this. I got this.
Like Wonder Woman with her bracers. Ching, 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 ching. I know what to do. Safety pin.
Yeah, always the answer. So yeah, that's my talk. I haven't actually set a date for it yet, because as you know, we have a confusing house move.
Yes.
So when I do my new house,
yay,
then I will have
fantastic
to record and get that done.
Are you looking in the new year then, in 2022?
Probably going to be new year. I'm thinking perhaps February, March. With all these things, Tiffany has her schedule, and I will offer to slip into a slot when there's a free week or something in the new year. That's my plan.
Well, I am looking forward to coming and attending. I love your workshops. I enjoy them so much. And it's been such a pleasure having the opportunity to work with you all these years together on publishing projects, on belly dance events. We've hosted events, we've traveled the world, we've done book signings. It's been so much fun. And I'm so proud of the work we've done on becoming a belly dancer from student to stage. And I'm so glad that you're going to be revisiting that content. Will you be offering a chapter from the book as part of your package?
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Because I would be down for that if you wanted to, pick some key critical pages.
See, we could think about the etiquette chapter, because that's super useful to people. I see it all the time. People are like, what should we do about this? So I've got someone who's talking about that. This person. Okay, we'll talk off message and we'll have a look at that.
I think that would be a wonderful addition to add that bonus value to your talk.
Nice.
Yeah. Well,
so you've been following along with the podcasts.
Oh my gosh, I love the podcast. I love the podcast. I sit around making things, so while I was making, a couple of dozen sets of earrings, I've been listening to the podcast, and I really love how Tiffany brings out the key points from us instructors. I know I haven't done a podcast yet this year because of situation, but the people she's had on, I really enjoyed Aziza talking about bail, and Rosa Noreen talking about turning and really feeling the floor. She really talks about a balletic approach to your feet that makes me just crave her workshop now. So there's just been some great stuff. Ebony Qualls, oh my gosh, just so many good people.
I was listening to Siobhan's about building strength, and there were so many light bulb moments. She was talking about why our shimmies break, and I was like making notes. That's why I can't do stuff while listening to podcasts, because I'm always like making notes and things. And it was just, even after all these years, having someone explain something in a different way, you're like, oh right, I get it.
Yeah,
and the podcast is a nice little bite size.
They're little teasers for the workshops, and they really give you a sense of the content that you're going to get and the quality of thought behind it. So not every performer is necessarily going to be the best instructor, and not every instructor is going to be the best performer. So it's kind of nice to have those podcasts there, and so much useful information, nuggets tucked in. So I always look forward to podcast season, and they're up to like almost 90, beyond 90 podcasts now.
Hundreds. I know you did a couple. I've done a couple previous years, and I was looking to see, because my podcaster lets me see which ones I've seen and which ones I haven't. And I know previous years I've missed a couple as well. So I'm like, okay, it's only just walking season here in Arizona. It's only just got cool enough to go for walks now, and that's when I listen to my podcasts.
Nice.
So I'm behind, but I will catch up probably by Christmas.
Well, there's a lot of great content there, and they're not so long that you can't, that you have to like devote an afternoon. They're a nice size.
Mm.
So, oh, pardon me.
Well, while you're looking over there, show me those earrings again.
Okay. All right. So this is the
you meant, look at these earrings and put them away.
Okay. So this is the 50th year anniversary of the Saroyan Mastercrafts finger symbol companies founded by Harry Saroyan.
Right.
And back in the 80s and 90s, he produced musical, beautiful pressed coins.
Right.
Okay, so you can hear how nice they sound.
Tingles.
Yes, and so these are no longer in production. They stopped being produced many years ago, actually, because the person who did the finishing work, Harry would make and stamp them, and he would send them out to get finished, and that person went out of business, and then, so on and so forth. And so he, for years and years and years, he would go to shows up and down the California coast, and he had this giant treasure chest filled with coins, and you could dip in and you could grab handfuls, or you could buy them by the bag for your costumes. And I collected a bunch. And to celebrate his 50th anniversary and the 50th anniversary, I have made some earrings using Saroyan coins that I'll be putting on my Etsy store, as that perfect little Christmas gift for your belly dancer friends, and so I've got some in gold and copper. I think you could see that these are copper and gold, and some of them have garnets, some of them have onyx. There's some tiger eye with the gold. This says blessed in Arabic, this one. This is one of the, this big round one. And you can see that they're pretty good size. Yes. I think I made you one with a goddess on it.
I have a silver pair.
Yes. Yeah. And so over the years, I've made them, like for a friend here, for a friend there. Here's 3 to take to a show. This is the first time I've really sat down and made a whole bunch. I blame Sahira of Texas. So she did a ZIL challenge in September, and I sent her some of my Saroyan. She teamed up with Saroyan Mastercrafts, and I sent some of these earrings as a giveaway. And I have been pummeled by people saying, when are those going to be for sale? So I donated to a giveaway. It was a fun event. And here's what I'm doing in order to help people. I've been under the weather and unable to talk. So I've been listening to podcasts and making jewelry. So anyways, yeah, they're going to be on my Etsy store this weekend. Fabulous. So
there's a lot of people who are going to have those as their Christmas wish list.
Well, I have a bunch. We'll see how well they sell, or if they sell out. If they sell out, I'll make more. I have a few. Another bag hiding in the pile. So it will just be a matter of, you never know. You never know when something will hit or won't hit, but thank you for letting me mention them. It's not really on topic for the bundle, but thank you, Sarah.
Everything's on topic for the bundle.
Oh yeah. Maybe everything's on topic for belly dance.
Yeah.
From makeup and hair to jewelry and music to costume and motion and health and fitness. It is a very encompassing world we live in.
So bundle goes on sale today, which is Wednesday. Mm-hmm. If people are seeing the recording later, still have to get on with it. How long have they got to buy?
The 27th.
27th. And that's...
Yes. So the bundle closes. It's a 1-week sale.
Yeah.
And
so all these workshops, we lost count, like 55 teachers, all these things. But people have like the whole year to take it. So it isn't like you have to I know I will be sitting with my diary and filling it in.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
My life around it. As you know, I'm one of those people that needs to do things twice, which is why I really like the recordings. I'm not very good at like in-place learning. I need to reinforce. So one of the things I did last year that made a huge difference was I was doing every Wednesday was going back a week or two and doing one of the classes that I previously done and enjoyed and reinforcing it. So I did end up pretty much taking a weekly Wednesday class out of the bundle, as well as all the special events.
So I created little mini workshops for myself. So what
Right.
I did was I would cluster work on a weekend and say, okay, I'm going to, there's a live talk this weekend. So I'm also going to do these other recorded things. And I made myself, especially during lockdown,
Yes.
I made myself my own little mini festival. And then I got dressed, I put on makeup, I made the mesa plate, and then I would take 6 or 8 workshops over a weekend. And that gave me so much joy, and
Mhm.
I invited my friends who were in the bundle to join me. That way we could talk about the workshops. And so, we did that a few times as well. You have that moment where you go, well, I just took this. What did you think? Oh, well, I took it too. And then you can get together. So if you team up with a buddy and they get the bundle and you get the bundle, then you have you basically can put together your own little crew to bundle together.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Well, I found Instagram's good for that. If I say
yeah.
on Instagram, hey, I'm taking such and such a workshop this weekend, like 5 other people will come and give me their opinion of it as well. So that's been quite nice to connect with people.
Oh no, people are going to say what they think about my workshop.
You all know what we think about your work.
Well, we hope it's good. I hope I get good reviews. But Instagram's been so much fun, especially, the bundle really kicks off with that Instagram challenge and the Zill giveaway. And so it was really fabulous that they were able to give away Turquoise International Zills. They're fabulous sounding finger
And so
symbols.
many, it was like 5
Yeah.
sets of 5.
Yeah, just an amazing moment. And then following up with the 21 days of dance, those have been so much fun. Although I've been under the weather, I've been enjoying watching people. I put in the hashtag and I just watch all of this wonderful dance content. I've discovered new people to follow. I've really been enjoying watching it, unfortunately.
Next
But
year.
it's fun. Next year, well, there's always another year. And you know what? That's the beauty of dance. Dancers need audience. I'm audience this year. I'm crucial to the belly dance experience.
Mhm.
I have committed to being audience through the end of the year. I'm an audience participant. So yeah. But yeah, it's wonderful to have the opportunity to find a community to share in the knowledge and the learning. And I found people that I actually started studying with, so, for a while there, I was doing classes with Rosa more frequently and doing workshops with Sahra. And so it's nice to not only learn new performers to watch, especially online, but also to discover new teachers to then become part of their more in-depth learning experiences. It's really like that mesa plate. It's the taster. You get to taste the whole belly dance world with the belly dance bundle.
Well, I love doing bundle with you.
Yes.
I love all the projects we do together, but bundle time is an exciting time, and it's nice having other people that get excited like me about the time of year. Like, let's not call it fall, we call it bundle time. That's what it is.
Bundle season. Yes.
And we have just a week left of it, and then we get to know who our new bundle crew are,
and then we get to study and learn.
Yeah, I don't even know what's first up. I'm very excited. Well, it's been lovely chatting as usual, catching up and talking about all things bundle. Let's do it again soon.
Yeah, well, let's get together and talk again before next bundle season, though. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's do it. We'll do it. We'll squeeze it in. We'll squeeze it in. Anyways, thank you so much for inviting me onto your program.
It's been great.
I saw your interview with Zara, and I feel like I'm in great company.
She's lovely. So our workshop is going to be a mind. I think a lot of us are going to have to be there for that. Actually having that knowledge of the current Cairo situation, and because of who she is, she understands the political, social, economic, like overall picture, and be able to explain that to us.
Yeah, I'm really excited for her workshop.
Yes, it's gonna be a game changer, I think.
Because I'm a historian, so anything current really gets my blood going, because that's not what I do, but it's what I like to you know, like enjoy and see and process. So I'm really looking forward to her talk and your talk and all the rest.
Right, let's stop talking bundle. Way too much bundle excitement. Yes. I love you lots.
Oh, I love you too, Sarah. It's always a pleasure. I hope that you have a great day today in the sunny South.
Yes, sun coming through my window. Thank you for doing this today, and we'll speak again soon.
Will do. Bye.